Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now, I'm in Australia, it's Sunday, and I'm going to play with something different today. I'm really excited about this because I have been looking at a lot of work that's done on these pieces, on pieces of fabric. You use your fabric as your design, and then you just fill it in with beads and stitches, okay? So, I had a piece of fabric that's very thin, so I put a piece of calico behind it, okay? So I put it in the hoop and put it nice and tight. You have to leave yourself some about around the edge there because you need to be able to get hold of it. If it starts to get a bit loose, and you can pull it tight and fix it up, okay? So I've ironed all this nicely and got it ready. Now, I've collected up a few bits and pieces of things that's going to be in the colours, and this is pretty much what colours I like to use anyway, isn't it? Except I know I forgot to get the green bits out. I didn't get the green bits out. But I thought today I could start over here on this bit here. Now, I guess, also I made sure that I've got this full image and that full image and that one, this one. And then there's these little bits, that you can do all those. These so can be done with flowers, or like beads and things, and bits. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I don't know, well, I don't think there's any rules. I mean, I think different people do these things. I want to make mine a little bit dimensional, like a bit high off the piece. And it's just going to be whatever it be when it turns out. Okay, so this part around the edge here, this bit here, I've seen that I haven't got any green cotton out for that, so I'm going to get a bit of green cotton for that bit of piece there. I need something that's like that's a yellowy green colour, isn't it? A yellowy green colour. Too bright, maybe not. Might not be, it might go alright. Here's more of a, that's him, that's him. I just hope there's enough of that. I could very well have another bit somewhere else. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put these little spiky things on in the pink. I'm going to start from the inside and work out. The little spiky things I can do in just a straight stitch, or I could do a little daisy stitch on it, I suppose. And you don't have to get your colours and that to the exact, but if you want your design to be close to it, it's a good idea to get as best you can. Okay, this feels still a bit loose, even though I've tightened it and tightened it and tightened it, it still feels a bit loose to me. I might do a daisy stitch on here. Make a little daisy bit. There one. Go down there. I want to do this before I put the bead in, the flower bead in the middle. So I've got to find the flower bead, which I just got out the ones that were in the box that I collected up the other day. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. It is close together, but I don't think it's very close together. But I'm thinking if I get the thing in the middle, should cover over the edges of these bits of this little flower we're putting in here. And then I've noticed now that there's a white piece on the edge, on the end, so I'm going to use probably a bead with that, because the next round will be stitching, the greeny colour one. And same with that outside one too, that will be the colour of this. Okay, and probably a back stitch I'll do that in. I went on Pinterest. It's all over the place. What did I type in? Beaded dimensional embroidery, something. I don't know if I can tighten this any further. Let's just pull it straight as straight as you can keep it, because it will. That is really cool. There's my first bit. I'm going to end it off. You don't have to worry about what's on the back of your calico, because it doesn't look really nice, but it's not ironed very good, but still it's okay. It's going to be the background anyway. You can't be able to see any of that. Now, I want to put the bead in the middle. Next thing, I think these might be a little bit too. It doesn't matter if they are big, because so it's a sort of a yellowy green, isn't it? Really, too. That's a interesting bit there. These ones, I think they're too flat, and if I did use them, I'd have to build up a few of them, wouldn't I? This one here. I've got these. These are flat. Well, they don't have a, about that one. He's a bit deep, isn't he? I think I like this. You can't really see, well, you can just see the pink. Yeah. I don't think there's any other varieties in here. There's these ones, but that's too deep, I think. Maybe later on I'll get a bit gamer when if I put a few. This one here's only little. It's only small, isn't it? It's probably, it'll sit up nice, I suppose, but okay. I'll put that back. Think about that one. I'll just see what these look like. I'm sure I would have other shaped flowers, and I've got to stop fishing in them little dishes for things, because I can't. It's hurting me hands. If I pulled together a few of these and stuck them in there, I think I like this other one because it's different, and it's. I think it's going to look good, because I'm going to put other beads around, so they're going to be up the same height. I'll just have a little quick squiz in here. I've taken a lot of stuff out of here. Oh, hang on, these are bigger, aren't they? Look at that. I've taken a lot of stuff out of this because I have to put it away in boxes and dishes and things. Well, I want to get some more. I'll fill them up. This is purple though. That doesn't look too bad. That one is broken, so I didn't put him in. Okay, he doesn't look bad. What other colour we got? That's purple too, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if I've got any bigger than that. It's all going to be a little bit of trial and error. You want to get what you want to work. This sort of different colour, isn't it? That's a big sequin. And then I can put in one of them pink coloured beads in the middle of that. I think I like that. I mean, I do like this one. Have I got a green? Have I got a green one? I have, but they're very small. Other than I've got leaves, that's not what I want. Okay. I don't know. I'm thinking that one. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just go around the outside. I'll go around the outside first with the next lot of stitches. So that will be, there will be beads around in this green, or is that going to be thread? White beads. I want white beads on the end of those first. Righto. That's what I'm going to put there. And they're in here. I'll get some out before I put the box back. Well, I hope you're all enjoying this. I hope you're all having a good day. My day tomorrow will be, my scooter will be coming tomorrow in the morning. Won't that be good? It will be really nice. Really nice. I'm excited to think about that. 'Righto, so this is going to be all different things. I feel lots of different moods for tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, now do I want that to go like that? I probably do want it to be open, looking up the hole, facing upwards. Now, I searched for a while before I found this piece accidentally. You know how that is. You think, oh dear, there, look at that. I was going to give up. I was just about to give up and try and do something on a plain piece. And I do have there's this other stuff that I want to do too. There's so much stuff that I want to try. And I'll do it. I'll get to it and show you. So much stuff out there that's interesting. Different sorts of embroidery, and that is just endless. It is. It's not just straight stitches anymore, or chain stitches anymore. There's lots of different ways you can do stuff. Well, there never really was, because you know there's hundreds and hundreds of stitches out there, and all different sorts of done in different ways. You know, all the cross stitches and all the raised embroidery stitches, and just endless. It is. Well, probably not quite, but you know. You can do anything and just change it up yourself a bit anyway. I might just leave these sitting how they are, because I think they're happy, these little beads. I leave them sitting like they are instead of going around trying to pull them into line. Just leave them like that, okay? Now, that is all good, I think. I think they're all good. Maybe could be a wobble in them. Let's just pull them all down, just to make sure there's no wobbling in them. There we go. And end that off. Looks good. You see that? There you go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Now, see this here? That's interesting. It's interesting, isn't it? I suppose, I hope I'm not making this harder for myself by... I'm really pushing to put that in there. No, it's all good. I'm going to go around the edge of that now. We do not have to fill in every single piece though. That yellowy bit, that could probably be... I'm going to change the thread. I'll use that bit later with something smaller. You don't have to cover every piece of the fabric, but... And I might leave the green because it might be just too... You never know. Sometimes you can... It'll just look good in the process, okay? When you do it, it'll look nice, and if it's got to be put something back in there later, I will, but otherwise I'm going to let it go for a little while. And so with the... now that's the thing too, I think this is too thick. Don't you reckon? To go around the edge? Because that's a very fine line, isn't it? What am I thinking? You want something you can see, Sonia? Okay, and you're not going to embroider the green in, so just backstitch this. Alright? I'm just going to backstitch this. Oh, goodness me, I always put a needle fair there near my hand. So I'm going to work out so that the stitch comes to the peak at the end. It's a really nice sunshiny day today. I got cranky with my husband today, I shouldn't have done. He went up the street to get the cat some food. Because the sun's shining outside, but it's pretty chilly in here unless you've got the heater on. He left me with the heater on, right? He come home, he got changed, he turned the heater off and went outside. I was all right for a while, and then I noticed it was really getting cold. And he's outside in the sunshine, and I'm sitting there cold, and I can't turn the thing on myself, so when he came inside, I went crook on him. I said, "You went and left me. You're sitting in here in the cold." I said, "You went out there in the sunshine." He just turned it back on and went outside. Then I apologised because I felt bad, but I guess he thought it's too hot in here and then went out, and he does that to me sometimes. It's too hot for him, but anyway. I'm just frog me. I just like a... This looks good. I like it. And I'm not even going to have to think about what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? It's already there for me. The plan, the colour, the lot. Does that mean lazy or... I don't think so, really. I'm answering my own questions here now. I think it's absolutely gorgeous myself. The colours, I love these sort of things. This is, we could call this a paisley piece, couldn't we? Because it's got these curly bits on it. I've got a thicker bit somewhere. But I like this because I'm going through two very good, very loosely woven pieces. So that's good. It's all going through really easy. It is. I wonder if that's too far to make a stitch. I might make them two smaller ones, I think. Too big. Don't know if I'll turn this into anything. Could probably just leave it like it is. If I get it finished, you know, I don't do a lot of... I don't finish a lot of stuff. That's okay. It's always there for me to do later if I feel like it. So the thing I'm looking at now is that, see the flower in the middle? I see there's also these here, around the edge. So whatever I put in the middle, I'm going to have to put around there as well, aren't I? Because that's what is on here. I think I might have washed this piece of material and I took its, what's the name out of it? It's called something, I can't think of it what it is now. It's the size, no, is it? It makes it stiffer than it would once you take the, once you wash it, washes the stuff off it, and it makes it really soft and that, but that's okay because this is going to look alright. I get it done, isn't it? I just got to find the right beads now to go around there. It's a good thing I waited. It's a good thing I waited because I'm going to be able to pick out all the beads for around there as well, see? That's going to be a different stitch, the blue. We need something, we need to be able to, it'll be a bit dimensional, isn't it? I'm interested in what I'm going to do with that purple one. That could be a big sequence if I do have some, but I don't know if they're purple. Can't remember now. I did find some big ones the other day. Oh, blue ones. I don't know if I've got purple ones. We'll find the idea. Nobody panic. I've got the heat on in here now. I've got hubby to turn that one off when I came in here because I thought, well, I can't sit down and doing nothing today. I don't like to do sitting down. Oh, well, I'm not actually doing nothing, but I feel like I work better in here, and I'm sitting in here talking to you, and I feel a lot better about this. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that looks good. I'm trying to keep my stitches the same size. Oh, well, close to it. We don't want to get them too big. Oh, that was my finger, I found. this is starting to get loose in here too. This is not, it doesn't impress me at all. I don't think I can wind it in any tighter. It'll be alright because I'll fix it in a minute. Yeah, I've got to find the right purple thing, don't I? And I have been through some of my beads. So I've got more to do, the bigger ones. I'm trying to think if I can remember anything that was that colour. Unless I do some stitches there instead. And I really wanted to put this in a hoop because I've been finding it a bit hard to work with them other pieces that I'm doing without them being in my hands. But this is working really good for me. I wish it was, well, it will be a bit small. I'm going to get a small one, I think. I think Jeremy's putting this one on a stand for me. He hasn't done it yet because he's not in the mood. He doesn't like woodwork things. But this is not wood, but still, it's to do. The rest of it is. It's really weird, isn't it? People are like that, you know. I could do this all day, but I can't cross stitch. I can't do this cross stitch, and it doesn't. For some reason, I'm just not a fan at all. Or long stitch. I think I might have did one cross stitch that I actually completed. I've got a couple that I've partly done. I haven't done any. I did a long stitch, but I didn't do it all. So I haven't completed that either. So that's a thing. If I get that in the right place. Where am I? Here. Okay. Hope you can see this here. Good. Oh, Terry, I read your comment about how you didn't have any power and no internet. Well, I don't like that. That's not good. I'm sorry to hear you was out of touch with the world. It's not good, is it? And Mercury something, Rising, I think your name is. Sorry, I don't know your name. You always comment too. And what did you say? Something? Oh, yeah. You're not buying more boxes because I'm enabling you to buy boxes, am I? To put the stuff in. Well, this is a really good idea, isn't it? It really is. I've got them other ones that I've had for years in tiny little boxes, but I do like the way that I'm storing these. So, and if I enable you to do that, well, that's all right because it gives you something to store your things in, doesn't it? I can show you where I got it from. Wait a minute, that last one was not good. Where are you? Got him. And it's all right if you want to buy the things, because you know we need to know. And I tell you, this is people show me different stuff that I'm glad I didn't purchase until glad you seen them before you went to buy them, because you never want to buy something that's no good, do you? Really. I've been trying to find some cotton embroidery, and I did find a site for them. One of them's $3.50 a skein, and the other one was $2 something, but I didn't get further on to it than the prices, so I sort of really don't know whether I'm going to buy any of that or not. I'll wait till I can go to Kansas and see if they've got some more, because they had some down there. And that's a cotton thread, which I have some blue around here somewhere. Anyway, I'll show you one day and tell you what it is. So look at that. How do you think that looks? It looks pretty good, doesn't it? If I can show you, waving it around there. Now, I'm going to leave that bit. I think I'll leave that yellow. That looks really cool. So I can't put that big bead in there. That's not going to happen, because I'm going to have beads all the way around the edge of these sequins, I think, on top of one another. What do you reckon? or even just single, doesn't matter really. I can put a couple of them and they're going to go around in here. I wanted it more dimensional. Anyway, they're too big. They're too big, aren't they? Because there's, I don't know, this one here's a bit squishy, this side. Look, that's going fair over there. That's fun. I noticed that too around here when I put the bead on there. Well, I don't know if I can do this. I've got small ones I can use, because these are just not right, they're too big. Well, they're going to be, you reckon? Yeah, well, that's nice. That's not too bad. Yeah. We'll just have to give that a bit of a thought while I find these others. Got some green ones. Got some really nice green ones in here somewhere, I think. I don't think I wrote on what they were because I didn't know whether I was going to keep them in here or not. Okay. There's nothing purple in there. Nothing flower in that. They're leaves they should be anyway, so you're putting the right things in there, so I knew they should be right. Look what I can see. Not there, on here. This purple thing. Purple thing. It's a purple thing. And then it'd have to have a white bead inside of it. Well, that's jazzy. Probably not. Look, don't think we'll do that. I know, it's a shame, isn't it? I'm not a bit braver. Shame I'm not a bit braver. I need these here, I think. Come on, you can get these open, so you can't be... I know, I get scared, I don't want to break something. Okay, got it. Still hitting my finger on the thing. Righto, so we've got these. Now these are a nice little flower, and they seem to be the right thing, don't you reckon? Look at that. And I'll put a few. I'll sew a few of them on. I think I'm using those. Righto. I'll put the middle, I'll take it undone. Again, I'll put the middle one on. Right. And it's got a bright pink. It's got the bright pink one in the centre. And I have that colour bead somewhere. I really do. Here we go, and here there's some. This one's nice, so is that. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Look at them. They're beautiful. I'll have one to start with. And they're stuck together. You could go with a real bright one. No, stay with it. Stick to the plan. So you can't go off the plan. Good. Needle. Thread that. Get a few of these out. Well, I've really enjoyed doing this morning. It's really nice, eh? It's good to have a little bit of fun. Well, all of me sewing's fun. I enjoy doing all my sewing. These needles are good, girls. They really are. Look at that. Amazing. I know you all said I was good at it before, but by gee, this is better. I'll tell you now. A lot better. I'll leave that little bead there because I'm going to put him in the middle of this. So in the middle of this, I'm going to put I don't know, a few. I've got a real lot of these, so I'm not going to be stingy. I mean, there's a few, one, two, in something else, 3, 4. What do you think about 4? Does that make it thick enough to give it some sort of dimension? It does. There you go. Look at that. And put a pink one. And then you want to go back through all your beads into there. Look at that. Terry, I bet you want to have a go at this now. I think you like beading. And of course, the other lady that I was talking about, Mercury Rising, she'll probably want to have a go at it too. I can't see your names because it's just all, it just gives you whatever names you go by on the thing. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. Terry's name, because that's, well, it is. That's what she's got up there. I think it's Terry Olsen, I think. Okay, so look at that. Now, don't that look good? And it's got the little flowers. Look at this. Can you see it? I'd even probably show you. See, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? Now I'm going to end that off really tightly. Pull it so it's really tight, Sonia. So it's not going to go anywhere. I know. There we are. It seems a little bit off centre, that, but that's the image itself. See, so we can't pick on that. We just can't. Okay, we won't be picking on that. Now, sorry. Dear, oh dear. Is it right? I'm using these little strawberries. They're not little either. They're pretty cool. To put in all the immediate needles, and that's a good idea, isn't it? Somebody said to me I should put them all in a page on a book, which ones I like, and I've been doing that with the little strawberry. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with the purple bit, and there's a blue edge around that. It just goes around there. The purple bit. This purple bit, what can I do with that purple bit? See, it's not all exact. It's, that's off centre. That's not the same. It's, but I can do whatever the best I can do, because this bit's got a bit of pink up in it. Right. I did not look at this very closely, I must admit. So I hope you don't think I'm making terrible mistakes. I don't think I am. I reckon the blue can be in stitches around the here, maybe. That definitely can be in stitches around there. I might do that bit now and see how we go. This is probably not exactly the same colour. Well, it isn't, but I like it. So I'm going to use this to put around the outside. And I have to make that, I'll have to go around a couple of times, I suppose, because it's a wide piece. It's a wide bit. And you want it to be thick enough. Although I could do a chain stitch, which I seen last night somebody else doing a different sort of chain stitch. The chain stitches I've always known to be chain stitch, but she did a different chain stitch, so that was interesting. I might do the chain stitch around here, I think. But then I'd have to go, I'll do twice. I'll do it twice. Although that's got an outside edge too. Maybe I need to put it through the centre. I'll go through the middle, I think. And then I'm going to come back and... So instead of doing what I've always known to do... Actually, she wouldn't have even started out like this either. She started out with just one stitch. So she did that, right? And then... No, she didn't, because that's not going to work the same way. Anyway, I'll just show you that another day. I just want to do it this way. I do it because I'm used to this. It's what it's supposed to be, I think. And that thing's in my way here. I usually put it up there so it's not in my way, but I'm going this direction so it is in my road. Go down in here. And then in there through the little point. There. And get back at the back. And come up this way. might come up there where it's on the inside of that bit. Maybe I'm not down far enough, or maybe I should have come up. I'm not. I'm going to have to go back through here. I don't know if I'll get it through the same hole, and that doesn't. I did. I need to come up here in this last stitch to bring it down this way. Now I'm having a bit of trouble. Hang on to it because of the position that it's in. I'll get you there in a minute. We'll see. Okay, there we've got that one. And like I said, I'd rather a smaller hoop. This is an 8-inch one. I think I'd rather something that's about 6 inches because this one is just a little bit big, but it's okay. I'm not gonna not use it because I have to do this piece. I want to do this piece. I come right to the corner because I want it to have a little peak on there. It's supposed to, and go down at the back of there. All right. Don't turn that over. That won't be right. Okay. And then come up through the middle of it somehow. And that's all right. I'm happy with that. And then start going down this way. There you go. Don't make it too big. Because the reason I wanted the hoop is because of the beading that I want to do on it. So there's going to be a lot more beading. I'm just working my way towards it, okay? I'm working my way towards the beading because I need lots of stitches as well. We need to do as much of interesting things as we can. We're going to pull out on the back, one there behind a bit tighter. There we go. Is that right? Yes, very good. Now, this is coming from out of here. So I'm going to have to come up there. And it's filling the hole with the blue, so I don't need to do a different stitch. I was going to do whip it, but I don't have to do that because it'll make it thinner if I do. Going in down in here. I'm just struggling a bit. I'm alright though. Because this is not something that you can do it, well, you can do it as a stab stitch where you'd go through the back and then come up. Maybe I can do it like this without having to hold on to the thing. Because I can feel if I went through anything underneath it wasn't supposed to be. That's a bit easier to do that way. And go down through the back. And come up in here. And come on down in the back of it. And my daughter was telling me the other day that our granddaughter, still learning swimming, mind you, 6 months old, been going there since for quite a while actually she has, and because indoor place where they go to teach the babies. And she said, you know, they were testing it, putting her in the water and putting a little head under and that, and she was going really good, so she said they dropped her in the pool. I think she meant they didn't hold her up high and drop her down. I think she get close to her and put her in to see if she'd turn. And she did. She'd come up and turned over. I told Jeremy about it. He said, well, that's enough swimming for her. He said, if I'd have seen that, he said, I'd have grabbed her and took off. He said, throwing the baby in the pool. They got to learn them how. They got to teach them. It's just the way it is, you know. When they're little, I think they can learn a lot better because they're not too scared yet. They're not sort of... I'm going to go back in through there because I twisted that. They're not frightened of it because, well, they're just not because of their mother and their father, because both parents have been in the water with her doing these things where they took them really slow for a really long time before they got them that far. She's been going there now since she was only a little tiny thing. Can't remember now when Ellie started her. But anyway, while they're only tiny too, it's free to do it. Then you pay a bit more money when they get a bit older, and that's only fair enough. Because I know when I was young, and we had to do swimming for sport for school, and when I was in, I don't take that too far. I think I was in year 5, so I would have been, I don't know, probably 11, maybe 10, something like that, whatever it is. I was petrified because I'd never been in the water before. And I do have a little thing to say that I could swim across the pool because I did learn how, but it took a lot. I said to Jeremy the other day, because my daughter found it when she was here, they were looking for, we have a family scrapbook that we kept lots of different things in, and anything, and it was in that, and a while back that this was, and anyway I said to him, I think I'd give it to me because I felt sorry for me because I had a terrible time trying to handle it, and now, well, I just love it. I just love the water. But I was frightened because I was a lot older, and I think that's how it is with kids. I think maybe not everyone, but I think they've got to learn as soon as they can, really. It's a good idea because you never know. You mightn't have a pool, but somebody else might. I'm going to go down the back of there. And they might get into trouble, so... Ellie likes to go, and a partner, they like to go camping and fishing and things like that, so I'm sure they will take her with them, and it's just the thing that she should learn to do. They live on a small property, but I don't know if there's any water, but there probably would be, it's just, you never know when your children, you just don't know about it, do you? You don't know what's going to happen, especially after what happened here yesterday in Bondi. That was really bad, that man did that. He killed them people, probably for no reason other than the fact that he was angry, and the baby, he stabbed the baby. He stabbed a little baby while its mother was either in the pram or its mother had hold of it, and he stabbed it a fair few times in the tummy. The tiny thing, I think, as far as I know, is still alive, but 6 people were killed. He killed 6 people. It's in the big shopping centre down there. He was in the shopping centre, they said. And he left and he went away and he come back and he had this great big knife. And then he started attacking people with it. A couple of people tried to stop him, but the lady policeman had to end up shooting him and stop him. Poor lady, I feel sorry for her, but she did a good job of stopping him. Because it was a very crowded place and there's a lot of people around, and he was just doing, I suppose, randomly killing people. I don't think... It's bad. It's a very bad thing. It was very sad. But anyway, okay. We've got to be careful, don't we? You never know, do you? Jeremy says to me, he says, do you know how to get out of the shop? He said, if anybody comes in with a gun or a bomb or anything. Oh dear, that sort of worry. And I said to him, no. He tells me whether the doors are fire doors and that. He's been doing this for years, telling me which way to go because I'm on my scooter and I have to be able to get out. But anyway, I suppose it's not a laughing thing, really. It has to be something you've got to look at because most places only got one entrance for customers and you've got to know where the exit is. But I think where he was in that mall, that people were all in the hallways or whatever, in the malls. I watched a bit of it this morning, but it makes me, it's really bad, it is. The mother was stabbed too many times as well, but I think she's still all right. Well, she was as good as she could, I suppose. Under the circumstances, I'm going to have to go in a minute because my time's nearly out on this. And we can talk it away. It's really sad how people have to get themselves into such a state or whatever to do these terrible things. And you just don't know what their life's like. Is probably never know why he did it. Here we go, so I've got a new thread on, I'm doing that. So hubby's going to whippersnipper or something, he's blower vacuuming for tomorrow, that's what he's doing. He's tidying up the leaves and things because he's coming up on the veranda. Sorry about that. The veranda's just outside my window, but you could call it a veranda. It's about 2 foot wide. But we have plants on it, there's a big tree growing around it, so it doesn't really matter. We used to use it once years ago, but you can't now. There's nowhere to get because it's too small and the plants are there. The trees on one side. It goes all the way across the front of the house, and I don't know why they bothered putting it there because it's only, like I said, 2 foot wide. It's got enough room to put a chair and yourself. We used to sit out on there, but I don't know. Not anymore. I haven't done it out for years. Sit on the step. Because we've got big steps out the front of our house, but I've got to go around the back way to get inside. Because we've got little steps out there that they put in for me, like small in height. The front one's got about 8 fairly high steps out the front. So they fixed the back part because they wanted to put a ramp in there, but it would have been too long. Would have went into the neighbour's yard. So I did suggest myself, it was me, put little steps in, I said. So my little steps are like this, I think. Good idea, wasn't it? Yeah, I can get up and got a ramp rail either side, and I can get up that, and nobody had to build a big ramp, did they? See, some houses they go across and back again. You know, this ramp goes up there and across to the front of it. But our place wasn't big enough there was not enough room. It would have ended up in the neighbour's yard. And I didn't think I wanted that at all. I don't think the neighbours did either. Well, I'm cobbling this up something frightful. Right. I'll have to have test drives and things tomorrow to prove that I can drive that scooter. Oh dear. That's the thing, you know, that's sort of getting me. I'm thinking, you know, they're going to spend... I've been driving one for 9 years. I've been on one for 9 years. But I suppose they've got to be... and the lady went through and worked out what I'd need for it to be and picked me one out, so... If it's not suitable, they're taking it back, which is, it'll be suitable, don't you worry, because she did do some, what's the name, and she had to make sure that it was going to be right. But probably won't be going to say anything to them tomorrow when they get here, even though they have made my life a little bit scary. I don't want to be, when I say scary, it's not their fault, I suppose. Well, some of it is because the thing itself has been paid for and at the warehouse or wherever it's come from for 2 weeks waiting for this man to deliver it to me because he was waiting and he's got others to do as well. And, you know, I reckon if you contract somebody to do something for you, you probably want it done then, because I would. But I guess that's not in his contract, I suppose. They did ask him to bring it earlier if he could, but he didn't, so what am I going to... It's okay. I've said some things, you know, that I probably shouldn't, you know, like I'd like to get hold of him. I'm not going to touch him, but, you know, I just feel, you get thinking to yourself, you know, why can't... But I suppose he's got other things to do for people as well. I'm not the only person in the world, but sometimes you think it's all about you, don't you? My daughter was often say that to me, you know, it's not all about you, Mum. Actually calls me Sonia, she does. Going to have to get out of that. She's going to have to learn not to do that in front of Margot because she needs the Margot to know I'm a mum, not a Sonia. You know what I mean? Calls me Sonia. She has done for years. And I really don't mind, but I do call her Dolly. Maybe I better stop doing that. Her name's Ellie, but I've called her Dolly since she was a little tiny thing. And I'm still calling her that, and she's 29 this year. So maybe if I stop calling her Dolly, she might start calling me Mum. Maybe. I might have a word with her about that. Oh, no, I won't. Don't upset her. Don't do that. Anyway, The other daughter calls me Mum, but she just calls me Sonia. It's okay. This is just this generation, I think. Calling mother by their name. She calls her father Dad. She does. She's trying to teach Margot to say Mum. I better go. Talk to you later. I'm just going to go over. Bye-bye.